If you find yourself saying the word beaucoup, beaucoup, and you want to add some variety to your French so that you don't say the same thing over and over again, this video is for you because I'm going to give you 4 natural alternatives to beaucoup and 1 correction of a common mistake in everyday and informal French that English speakers tend to make. Du coup, si vous êtes prêts, allez, c'est parti. Alors, let's start with the alternatives, and number 1 is plein de. J'ai plein de trucs à faire cette semaine, je suis débordé. J'ai plein de trucs à faire cette semaine, je suis débordé. I have a lot of things to do this week, I'm snowed under. J'ai plein d'idées, mais pas assez de temps. J'ai plein d'idées, mais pas assez de temps. I have a lot of ideas, but not enough time. Plein de is classed as assez familier by word reference, which means that it's quite informal. But since most of my interactions, and I'm sure yours, are in environments where that's the norm, I use it all the time in place of beaucoup de. In fact, all of the words I'll share with you in this video are either classed as courant, meaning standard, or familier, informal. If you're uncertain of whether or not you can use informal or fairly informal in your specific interactions, stick with beaucoup. Beaucoup is courant, standard. Back to plein de, and I find that thinking of it as plenty of can help this one to stick. Plein de trucs à faire, plenty of things to do. Plein d'idées, plenty of ideas. Plein and its feminine form plein are also adjectives that mean full, so it makes sense that it can be used as a lot of when twinned with de. Le placard est plein. The cupboard is full. La machine à laver est déjà pleine. The washing machine is already full. Unlike plein de, the next synonym of beaucoup de doesn't, at least to me, have an obvious reason for existing. Pas mal de. Pas mal de. Yeah, pas mal means not bad, right? Comment ça va? Oh, pas mal. But when paired with de, again means a lot of. Oh là là, il y a pas mal de candidats pour ce poste. Oh là là, il y a pas mal de candidats pour ce poste. Oh wow, there are a lot of candidates for the job. Dis donc, elle a pas mal d'abonnés, hein? Dis donc, elle a pas mal d'abonnés, hein? Geez, she's got a lot of followers, hasn't she? It may or may not be useful to mention that there are nuances between beaucoup de and the items on this list. But that's all they are, nuances. Nothing to stop you using them right away as direct synonyms. As learners, we need to be okay with getting things more or less right for communication purposes, and then master the nuances later as we go along. That being said, next we have tant de, where I would say that the nuance is slightly more important to bear in mind since it is commonly used to mean so much or so many. Il a perdu tant de sang. On doit l'emmener à l'hôpital là, tout de suite. Il a perdu tant de sang. On doit l'emmener à l'hôpital là, tout de suite. He's lost a lot of blood. We need to get him to the hospital right now. Or, he's lost so much blood. We need to get him to the hospital right now. Il y a tant de choses à dire. Il y a tant de choses à dire. There are a lot of things to say. Or, there are so many things to say. Speaking of so much and so many, you can also use tellement in everyday French. If followed by a noun, you need de, as with beaucoup de, plein de, tant de. Je t'aime tellement. Je t'aime tellement. I love you so much. Or I love you a lot, or even I love you loads. Il y avait tellement de monde au festival. Il y avait tellement de monde au festival. There were so many people at the festival. Tellement de. Now, it's really common for English speakers learning French to answer the question quoi de neuf, or what's new, towards the start of a conversation with pas beaucoup, because we want to say not a lot, or not much, or we say not a lot in English. However, in French this isn't correct, so I want to give you the right way to answer this question, and it is pas grand-chose. Salut toi, alors, quoi de neuf? Ah, pas grand-chose. Not only is it used in response to quoi de neuf, but you should use it whenever you would say not much or not a lot. Je vais bientôt rentrer. Il ne reste pas grand-chose à faire au bureau. Je vais bientôt rentrer. Il ne reste pas grand-chose à faire au bureau. I'm going to head home soon. There's not much to do at the office. Je ne sais pas quoi manger. Il n'y a plus grand-chose dans le frigo. Je ne sais pas quoi manger. Il n'y a plus grand-chose dans le frigo. I don't know what to eat. There's not much left in the fridge. If you're wondering why it's grand-chose and not grande chose, because la chose is feminine, apparently it's something that's changed over a long period of time. According to one post I found, it started as grande chose, then became grand chose with the apostrophe signifying that contracted pronunciation, and then grand chose had its spelling changed completely with the dash put in to reflect the common widespread pronunciation. Apparently the same happened with grand-mère, so it's not grande-mère, grand route and grand messe. I've left a link to that post in the description au cas où vous êtes intéressé. Voilà, those are my 4 alternatives plus 1 correction to beaucoup to make your everyday French sound more natural. Ce n'est pas grand-chose, mais ça peut faire la différence. If you enjoyed this video, please do hit that like button down below, the thumbs up, and if you want to go further with your French grammar and sentences, either get your copy of my free guide to how to speak French with more confidence, or check out my growing list of grammar resources on my website. A link to both of those is down in the description below the video. Merci beaucoup d'avoir regardé tout le monde. À la prochaine. Ciao.